In this video, I'm going to show you how you can A/B test two different versions of your CTA on your site. So in this video, I'm using Webflow, but if you're using WordPress, we also have tutorials on our channel, so just check that out. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is actually create a different version of my CTA. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this one, and instead of having a dark background, I want it to have a blue background. So my hypothesis here is that a lighter, more vibrant background is going to lead to more people seeing it. So I'm just going to make one variant, but you can make as many as you want, and in fact I encourage you to make as many as you can. All right, so now we have our two contenders. We have our dark CTA and we have our light CTA. And the next thing you're going to want to do, if you haven't already, is install the Optibase app. So I already have that installed. If you're using WordPress, it would be the plugin. And the next thing that we have to do is create our conversion. So I'm just going to go to conversions over here, and I'm going to click on create conversion. So this one, I'm just going to call it CTA click, and for conversion type, I am going to set it to click. That being said, if your CTA is something else, let's say a form submission, you can select a different conversion type, but in my case, it is click. So I'm going to go ahead and create that, and then I can connect the click event. So we have this button here, I'm going to click on connect, and then we have this button, I'm also going to click on connect. Then I'm going to go up here to this other CTA, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So at the end of the day, all we're doing is telling Optibase, if any of these are clicked, that is a conversion. That is what we are trying to optimize our site for. So now we have gone ahead and we have set up our conversion. The next thing that we need to do is we need to create the test. So I'm going to click on the test tab, and I'm going to click on create test. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this CTA test. So CTA test, and then I'm going to leave it set to A/B test, and I'm going to click on next. So now I can connect a conversion. So we're going to want to connect the CTA click conversion that I have created, connect it, and click on next. So the next thing we need to do is connect our variant. So what I've done is I've actually created two different sections here. So we have this one and we have this one. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create new variant, and the first one is going to be called dark. Then I'm going to click on create. And then I can click into it and then click on connect. So as you can see, variant was successfully connected. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to create another variant, and I'm just going to call it light. Click on create. And then I'm going to click on light right here, go to my other section that I have created, and I'm going to click on connect. So now, as you can see, one of them has been hidden. It's still there. It's not gone from the page. We can just see it's been set to display none so that we can only see one. So now the next thing I'm going to do in order to get this officially up and running is I'm going to set the status to active. So now I can click on publish. And now I've opened my site. So if we scroll down, we are only going to see one of these options. As we can see here, it is the blue option. So now let's go into our Optibase dashboard and see what's happening. Now, if you're using the Webflow app, I will say you can actually track this from within there, but I like to use the Optibase dashboard. So as we can see here, we have our CTA click conversion, and we have our test. So we can see right here, CTA test. If I click into that, we can see that one user has indeed been tested on the light variant. So our test is officially running. That being said, there's a lot of other things that you can do in case you want. For example, let's say you are pretty confident that your dark one is going to convert better. You can change the traffic split to, let's say, show 80% of people your dark one, and then only use a small section of users to test out the light one. Along with that, you can set restrictions on your test. You can set up alerts for when certain things happen, and you can set it to auto stop. So let's say I definitely want to stop it once my conversion rate reaches 8%. I can go ahead and do that, and Optibase is going to stop it for me automatically. Is there anything else that you want to A/B test? If so, let me know in the description, and I will make a tutorial on how you can set that up with Optibase. I hope this one helped you. I'll see you in the next one, and have a great day.